Okay, now that we have the normal map generated, we can also use ZMapper to generate a cavity map. So we'll go back into our Z plugin, go into ZMapper, and you have three settings to play with cavity maps. You have coverage, blur, and your intensity. So if I turn my intensity up and I hit create a cavity map, we're now going to create a black and white scale map of the details of the cracks and the noise that the particular cliff mesh has on it. This map is extremely useful in Maya's mental ray for the diffuse channel. So there we go. We have a cavity map now that we can use in the diffuse channel. Now back to render region. If I want to go ahead and lose some of my noise here that I have here, I can go ahead and play with my intensity or my coverage. So if I drop my intensity level and hit create a map, as you see, I'm going to lose some of that noise, and if I drop some of my coverage as well, I'm going to lose some of that cavity as I keep going down these two sliders. Now, cavity blur will also blur your map. I haven't found the need to really jump up a lot with a cavity blur, so I would recommend mostly playing with your cavity coverage and your cavity intensity. So we'll put that back up to a level that I like. So it's a little too much right there. So another great thing about cavity maps is I can bake this cavity map into my normal map. So because my cavity intensity and coverage are up, if I hit create normal map, it's going to actually bake in the normal map the cavity intensity, which can be extremely useful for rendering quicker in Maya. However, for purposes of rendering and get quality, I prefer to keep the files separate and keep my normal map separate from my cavity map, so I can play with different settings and different options with the displacement map, normal map, and cavity map. It gives me more freedom and more flexibility. So there you have it. There's a normal map with a cavity map baked into it. So I just want to get, though, just our cavity map. So let me generate our cavity map again. So, and once this is done generating, again, once we hit exit out of our ZMapper, we're going to have a file that we can then export and save that as a cavity map to be used in Mental Ray. So we're almost done. So there's my cavity map. Once I exit, here's the map that I have, which is a really nice map. And we're going to go ahead and export this. We're going to save this as a TIFF, remember, and we're going to call this cavity map. And we're going to save over top the other file. And now we have a cavity map that can be used in Mental Ray in the diffuse channel.